Cuts. This is Scott Ware with Radiance Magazine and the Radiance channel on the Xpnsion network, and I'm sitting here with Zarathustra. Zarathustra, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now you're here at the Conscious Life Expo. You're a noted speaker, a thought leader. What thought are you leading us on here in the Conscious Life Expo?
One thing, God is the only thing there is.
Excellent. End of interview. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Now, if God is the only thing that is, that means you're God, I'm God, this chair's God. How is it empowered to know that in my life?
Well, what it does is it helps you remove the illusion of duality away by keeping your focus on the source, the spirit, God, love, that which is always here. Now, our focus is normally on what comes and goes, including our thoughts, our emotions, our body, our financial situation, our relationships, the weather, economy, government, pollution, and things like that.
A lot of distractions there.
All of these things come and go.
Yes.
But there is one element that remains the same throughout everything, and it's been the same since you were born. And as you progress through your childhood to adulthood, one thing is always staying the same, and that is the I am. That
I am.
The I am. You can call it the spirit, you can call it God, you can call it awareness, different names.
Sure.
That which never changes and that which is always here. So now, if we divert our attention inwards towards that which is always here, tremendous transformation begins to happen in our lives. What happens is the mind becomes quiet. And our mind gets quiet, so we go into this state of being relaxed.
Yes.
Gratitude takes over. Trust comes, trusting and surrendering that which is. And our vibration automatically begins to raise. Our vibration rises to a higher frequency.
Good things happen then.
Good, well, yeah, good things, well, good and bad is also a concept, you know, depending who's looking at it. But basically, in that state of relaxing, that you are surrendered to this and to the truth of who you are.
Okay. Yep.
Yes, good things start to happen. Again, it's relative.
Well, and you're in alignment with your authentic self.
You're in alignment with your authentic self. So tremendous amount of acceptance and surrender takes over, and somehow the magic of life takes over. And what happens is that things start to come to you and unfold. And there's no longer this resistance or this individual will of I have to make things happen to be my way for me to be happy, because that element disappears. So happiness becomes a constant state.
The magic of life appears. What's that?
The magic of life happens when you're in a state of surrender.
What happens? What does that look like?
This is the magic of life right now. Is that I didn't try to make this interview happen.
Right.
It just naturally happened.
It did.
Same as the conversation we're having. There was no I wasn't thinking about what I'm going to talk about. I had no idea what you want to ask me or what your panel is about.
That's true. You had no idea.
Right. So it's just unfolding on its own.
Well, I appreciate that, because magic is beautiful, and I think you feel, you're in the flow and you can feel it. You know it when you feel it.
Yes.
And it's something like this.
Yes.
Because we enjoy each other's company. We've known each other a little bit, and this is magical.
Yes.
We're going with what is.
And this is very precious, because this is the only time in the history of mankind it will happen.
That's right.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
And I appreciate for the man or the woman, for now for the sake of conversation I say the man, The man who has discovered silence, inner silence. And what happens is, as you become quiet, it's like the cloud and the fog goes away. Clarity comes, and we become a conduit of the universal law, of the Spirit, of God. Then whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you say, whatever you do becomes holy, because it's all coming from emptiness. It's not coming from a notion of a concept that I'm being quiet because I want to accomplish something or get something or manipulate something.
Is that ego-driven?
Yes, it's ego-driven. That's right.
So if you get away from the ego-driven aspects, dynamics, and come from silence, come from emptiness, you say empty, but it's actually full of quite a bit, right?
Yeah, empty is just a word.
Yeah.
Of course. It is full.
Of essence.
Of the essence, absolutely. And it will flow out of you. And whatever it does is holy. Whatever it does is for the good of humanity and for the good of all. Even though in a moment it may not appear to be that way.
Right.
And that is the essence of shamanism. That's what the shaman is. It's one who has become the bridge between the spirit world and physical world.
And that took a big surrendering of the ego.
Yes, it is in the dissolution of the ego. The ego is going to take the back seat.
The backseat. It won't go away. We still need it to keep us from putting our hand in the fire.
In a way, a way of saying.
Okay. But it's not in control. We are allowing our inner essence to be, to flow.
Right. You know, in reality, it's never in control anyway because it doesn't exist.
Right.
It's an illusion.
Sure.
So, but it is the appearance of it. And also the whole awakening is an appearance. It appears that there is an evolution and one is going from A to Z, and we're evolving. But when you do get towards the end, or when you arrive at home, you realize that there was never anything happened. It was always that. But
always that.
We have to use words to explain it. And when we're using words, obviously it happens in third dimension, and the opposite of whatever I say is also true. And it could be debated.
Absolutely. Well, it could be true. If it's true for that person, that's their truth.
Absolutely. It is their truth.
And you talked about pointing to things. That's all words can do. They can point to something.
Absolutely.
It's one of the reasons I like your workshops, and I know you have online offerings, and we'll give out your website in a moment. But it helps people get to that point of stillness, that point of allowing whatever that is to be, to blossom.
Yes, absolutely.
Do we have a mission in life?
Yes.
It's gonna be a short interview, but that's okay. No, it's easy. No, that's good. I like that.
I'm surrendered to God, and my mission is whatever God wants me to do. That's my mission.
That's beautiful. And because you are God as well.
Yes.
What question do you wish people would ask you more often?
Well, that's a good one. I haven't thought about that. Yeah, I like people if they ask me how they can find their inner wisdom, how they can come to their inner silence. And that's where the whole journey starts and the dance begins, because it gives me the opportunity. It shows me, number one, that they're ready and they're willing, and number two, then I can help them and direct them inwards towards the source of themselves.
Now, I know you do that in groups. I've seen you take people to Sedona. I've seen you take people on, are these retreats or spiritual journeys?
Yeah, in the past few years, I've been touring Europe and giving lectures, seminars, and workshops, as well as doing retreats. And my retreats are normally between anything from 7 days to 11 days. And the reason I like the retreats is it gives me the opportunity to create a container and keeping my people in that container. So I can remove them from all distractions and help them to slowly go inside, inwardly, and touch that place which is within them. And so it's not an intellectual understanding, it's an experiential understanding, a coming to the love which is here.
Yes.
And touching that and living it, hopefully.
And that's the thing, it's experiential. It's something you have to experience for yourself. You can't read it, just read it in a book. And that's what your workshops provide.
Yeah, exactly. And for the first time this year, I decided that every quarter I will be taking 2 students that I would be designing a program for them. It's a VIP course for a one-on-one training program. I call it Life Training Program.
Okay.
And I would be taking 2 students, depending on my time and availability. So that's why I say 2, because that's all I can handle.
Sure.
And I would be making a tailor-made program for them and walk them through different stages in order to lead them back to this place, or whatever is their goal, spiritual goal is, whether they want to become a healer or a shaman, or they want to find inner peace, inner love, whatever is their mission, I will be doing that, as well as the rest of the things I do.
You're a speaker and a teacher, you're also a healer.
Yes.
And you teach a particular modality, don't you?
Yes, my modality is of work is called 5th dimensional quantum healing and awareness.
And how is that different from, say, Reiki healing?
I cover a lot of different areas because my work is very much hands-on healing, as well as doing psychic surgery, and a part of it is about psychic extraction. So like it's shamanic extraction, sucking shamans that go inside the body and suck things out. And also we cover diet, cleansing, how to boost up your immune system, as well as in the last level of my healing modality, we emphasize a lot on silence, of being quiet, of being really still. So that's the difference.
And that's some of the best healing ever, just getting to that still point.
That is actually, the moment is the healer.
The moment.
The moment is that's the true healer.
I love that.
So if we can really be quiet and be still, in reality in life, you're allowing the healing to happen.
That's some good stuff. You should put that in a book.
Yeah, I should.
That's really good. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Can you tell people how they can reach you and what website?
My website is Zarathustra.tv, and I'm on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I have a podcast, and all of them are accessible through Zarathustra 5D.
Beautiful. Thank you for being here. One more question. How many times a day do you get that still, and for how long?
Do I go into this place? I mean, that's a constant state. It's always there.
Gotcha.
So it's something that I've discovered, which is here all the time. But consciously, how many times during the day I come back into this place, I think that's what you're referring to.
I do, yes.
Yeah. It depends. It depends.
Yeah, it's all throughout the day.
It depends how busy my day is.
Right. It's easy to fall out a little bit and forget.
Well, you know, you're falling out. When we say falling out, is identifying with your working mind.
Yes.
When you are very much engaged. But what I've discovered is I can be fully engaged with what I'm doing, but the stillness is still there. So it's not, once you discover it, it's not something that comes and goes. If it comes and goes, then it's not that.
I agree. It's just a matter of it's always there, you tap in. You just keep tapping in, tapping in, consciously.
Yeah, and you know, I don't want to make it give a fancy answer that, oh, I am always continuously in this place, which is not true. The recognition of the place is here. But that doesn't mean I don't get engaged with my emotional ups and downs, or I don't get engaged with my thinking process.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for giving a very human, elevated human answer.
Okay, you're welcome.
That's why you're the teacher.
Well, you're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for having me, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.
All right, and thank you all for watching.